I won't go into everything. There's so much I could share around the whole thing, but I was on my way to Cairns, and I actually had a feeling I shouldn't have gone. So sometimes when you get those feelings, you probably should listen to it. And leaving Cooktown, that's where I live at the moment. So 10 minutes out of town. I'd just been to training and stuff, and I hit a horse going 100 kilometres an hour, went through my windscreen. Missed my face by a couple of inches, and in that moment I actually thought that was it, and that past year things weren't going too well in my walk with God. Got a bit discouraged, used to be really on fire and stuff, and there wasn't many believers up there. It's a long story, but I was thinking, man, I'm in trouble here. My right eye just started, that's the airbag, I can't even remember the whole scene, but the curtain airbag hit my eye basically, and the horse, I just remember the horse coming close to me, and I didn't want to look in the mirror because I thought I was going to die in a few seconds. That whole thing just went over me. And I was in the middle of nowhere. There's no phone reception if you've ever been up that way, for about 200 kilometres to get to Mariba. And I don't know, just to share, basically it all just happened so quick. I got out of the car, middle of nowhere, horse is dead on the side of the road, car's totaled, and I looked in the mirror, and thankfully only my eye was sort of out. It didn't look too good though. Thought, man, my eye's screwed, that's it. But next minute, it was only like 2 minutes later, this lady come driving down the middle of nowhere. It's an Aboriginal lady with 3 kids in the car. I flagged them down. I just had this feeling, pack your bags. I packed my bags and asked for a lift to the hospital where I work. And it was really weird. And I said to the kids, "Oh, what's my eye like?" And they said, I think I scared them. And not very good anyway. Long story short, they got a helicopter in, which was very fortunate. Praise God, because usually you have to wait and get triaged. I got one straight away within about half an hour and went to Cairns. Go in there and they basically shook their head and said, "Look, man, your eye's not looking very good. It's basically like a squash grape. 30% chance you probably won't ever have any vision or anything." That's what they sort of tell you initially. So I just started, I think Johnny and Melvin, connections with this church, because I told them, but I got a lot of other friends in Christian circles as well. My mate in Mauritius is a pastor, he had his whole church praying, and other people. I sort of just got into that desperation sort of mode, like there's basically no hope for the eye. I was just praying, and it was all by faith really, because basically, long story short, I've had 3 operations now. So probably about 70 grand's worth has gone into this one eye. It looks all right. But they basically, the globe ruptured and they sewed that up, took the lens out, and then 2 weeks in Cairns Hospital. Well, actually snuck out of the hospital and went to church because I was desperate. Some fella from New Guinea, prayed for me and stuff, and they still weren't sure what they were going to do, and they sent me to this specialist in Brisbane here, who's amazing, but he basically, they call it a vitrectomy, they suck all the gel out, and he took the lens out, and then I had to wait a whole year until 3 or 4 weeks ago to get a lens put in, but they're basically saying now that I'm almost at 20/20 vision again, and just a little side thing, it's amazing. Like, I mean, I think you should respect some of the doctors' opinions. Like, you listen to them, slow to speak, you just listen to them, but I always think you should add a bit of faith there. So you speak faith to them as well. Listen to what they got to say, then speak your opinion, because that's what I did. I said, "Man, I want to get leave to go to church," and he said, "Oh, we can't deny you that." And like when I was in Cairns for 2 weeks, I was actually supposed to go a week earlier. The specialist said they kept me too long, but I went back and saw Ashley. He wrote an article, and it got published in the British Journal of Medicine. He got it published. He was hoping to. It was like the first case in the world. Don't quote me on the exact thing. You can look it up on the net. Someone getting this good a vision back from a globe rupture. You get ice hockey players with this kind of injury. And I went and saw him 6 months ago, and he said, "Man, if you were to tell me I would be this good. When he first came in, he said to me, I would have said, where do I sign? So just want to share that, there's a lot of other stuff. I won't get into it, but you can ask me if you're interested, but spiritual things and so forth. But the main point of the testimony, I guess, is to just speak faith and have complete belief. I mean, some people, amen, that's it, Tim. Yeah, other people shared their personal stories too about accidents and things, which blow me away. Like, I could have been 6 foot under, and a lot of people on that road have actually died. Lady I work with, son, who had the same name as me, died in the exact same spot, the same date, like a few years before, and I wonder why God spared me, but there's obviously some kind of purpose. And it's only an eye, but when you've lost your eye, when you're fairly young, you sort of worry about it a bit. I thought I was going to be like that guy from Days of Our Lives with a patch, I was like, man. But anyway, praise God. I just want to prayer and belief. Yeah, anything's possible with God. Yeah.
Wow! Oh my gosh! Thank you, Luke. And Luke has many other stories. If you can get time, just sit with him. That was so precious, so powerful. He told us a story about where he almost blew up his backyard last week and got thrown. How many? 5 meters or something backwards, and survived that. So you got praying parents, right? You have praying parents. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear Him. And sometimes, if they don't fear Him, the children of those who fear Him, He'll encamp around them as well. Wow, that's so precious. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's encouraging. Cheryl was exhorting us with faith earlier on, and that's amen for that. There it is, in action. We've sort of been dragging a bit long, already not dragging, but going a bit long. Quickly just do notices, and then Pastor Cheryl's got an awesome word on it.